In this video, we are going to talk about 5 ways that you can enjoy your comic book collection better to its fullest with spending little to no money. Stay tuned. Reggie here, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. As I mentioned, we are going to count down 5 ways that you can enjoy your comic book collection to the fullest by spending little to no money. I will tell you that the number one thing that you can do to enjoy your collection is to get organized. There is something satisfying about getting your comic book collection sorted. And it doesn't matter how you sort it, whether it's by publisher, whether it's by title, whether it's by genre, or whatever it happens to be. There is something satisfying about getting everything in its proper place. So get yourself organized, use a pad and paper, use CLZ or some other kind of app or program, whatever it is, find a way to get organized and you will find a whole nother level of enjoyment. The second thing that you can do is to re-bag and board your collection. Yes, you're going to have to spend some money to do this, but technically you should be re-bagging and boarding your collection every 3 to 7 years anyway, depending upon the quality of the bags and boards that you happen to be using and where and how you actually store your collection. If you're storing things in a very humid area where it may be exposed to light and temperature changes and swings and things like that, you may need to do it more often versus if you keep your collection in a temperature cooled environment where you have, the moisture monitored and all that kind of stuff. But there is something satisfying about re-bagging and boarding your collection and looking at your bin and seeing everything all organized. There's a link down in the description of this video to BCW. Use that link, use that code, save yourself a couple of bucks, and again, enjoy your collection in a slightly different way. The next thing that you can do is to sell comics from your collection. Now, that may sound a little counterintuitive, but stick with me. There is something that comes from evaluating the books that are in your collection and asking yourself whether you still like those books, whether you still enjoy them, whether you still want them in the collection. And as you're going through this process of evaluating what you have, you're also going to be revisiting some of your decision making. You're going to be revisiting some of the books that you've purchased in the past. And again, thinking about the book and the story and the artwork, that's a way to enjoy the collection. And potentially what you're going to do is you're going to remember all of these great stories, these great covers, and you're going to revisit the experience of buying those comics and adding them to your collection. On the downside, or the upside, depending upon how you look at it, you may identify books in your collection that you're no longer in love with. Maybe you were swept up in FOMO and you're no longer attached to this comic. The good news here is that you can sell those books. The ones that you're not in love with, sell those books, take the cash, and buy new books to add to the collection that you might actually enjoy. So selling your comics is a way to enjoy your comics as well. Number 4, might sound like a no-brainer, but I have to say it. Read your comics. Take them out of the plastic and flip through the pages and take the time to read the dialogue, read the story, get swept up in the storytelling. There are a lot of people out there that view comics as collectibles. They view them as, an alternative form of investment. And there's nothing wrong with that. Comics are a source of entertainment. So take the time to read them and enjoy them for what they actually are. The 5th thing that I'll mention in this video that you can do to enjoy your collection is to display them. Like I have on the wall back behind me. This is one of the ways that I get to enjoy my collection in a different way. I come up with these different themes. Some themes are suggested by you out there watching the videos, but I come up with themes and then I go through the collection and I find comics that meet that theme and then I put them on the wall. So every time I walk into the room, I'm able to see my wall and I'm able to see different types of books that I otherwise potentially would not have looked at, right? Because they're stored away in some of the bins off to the side, but I get to enjoy the collection in a slightly different way. Potentially, you don't want to display your comics, and that's okay too. And if that is the case, take some time to go through your comic book bins. If you have a decent sized collection, I guarantee there are books in that collection that you have not thought about in a while. Potentially you haven't even looked at in a while. Potentially you haven't ever even read. Going back to one of my previous points, take it out of the bin. Take it out of the plastic. Sit down, read it, and enjoy it. These collections, yes, are worth money. Yes, they are great to organize and to sort and to catalog and all that kind of stuff, but they're also meant to be enjoyed for what they are. So take some time. Enjoy your collections. If you have other thoughts about ways that people can enjoy their collections with spending little to no money, make sure you leave those suggestions down in the comments section. And don't forget about side quests. Side quests are a great way to enjoy your collection. And if you haven't heard about my most recent side quest, make sure you check out this video right here on screen for all the details. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, I definitely want to encourage you to give the video a thumbs up. If you want to reach out to me, you can do it on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care. So here's a closer look at the wall behind me, just in case you couldn't make it out from the video. And the question is, what is the theme, or what are the themes of this particular wall? Comment below for a chance to win a cool book.
Turn me up in my headphones a little bit, like I want to feel it, I want to hear it. All right, that's it right there. I spoke. When the sun rise, till it's burned out. No place to recharge, so we gotta learn how. Conversations with OGs that got dreams that never worked out. So they become masters of dream analysis. They come in the form of barbers and schizos. Warhead with a big nose with his lip.